The market pops but can't break through and then sells off into the close. Are the bulls on summer break? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about a couple different paths. A path to the upside where the bulls pushed through resistance towards 4560 to 4600, but they were unable to do so, getting to resistance and failing and selling off the rest of the day. Now is the secondary path, the path directly lower, playing out. I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. Highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, before we jump into the charts, the testimonials continue to come in about Elliott Wave for beginners. It's a course that takes complex material and makes it very clear for you to understand, and it helps you understand the market. So if you want to be part of a winning team, check out later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. In yesterday's video, we talked about CPI. I said we'd probably see a spike lower, which we saw, and then a move higher, but they were unable to fully break resistance and then broke down the rest of the day. So because of that, the count does change just a little bit. The overall picture is that we had an expanded flat wave 4. So we made a 3, A, B, C. And now we've made a 5 or are making a 5 as we speak. Now they did just retrace to the 382, which typically is a wave 4. So you'd come back here to the wave 4 and then down a wave 5, which takes us down toward either the 4565 to 4455, 4465 to 4455 area. That was our target from the beginning. So if they continue to push down there, it wouldn't be all that shocking. From there, if that's what happens, we would look for an ABC higher. Now, we can have 5. This could be the bottom. This could be 5 already being in, and we've just started to build an A wave where that'd be A, B, and then C higher. Or they could have wave 4 and down, and then we start that ABC higher. So the expectation is about the same as yesterday, where we're looking for potentially a spike down, but ultimately an ABC higher. And then from there, we would look for another 5-wave move down. Now, there is another path that is potentially playing out. I don't think it's very likely because of the size of this wave up. It's not quite big enough for a wave 2. It does qualify, but it's not a standard wave 2. So I'm not super sold on the idea that we completed wave 1 here. You have wave 2 up. This is 1 of 3. And then you'd be making 3 of 3 higher. Now, for that to play out, we hit the 382. What we'd like to see is one more push higher into the 4517 area. 4509 to 4528 is the overall target, but the 618 is pretty common. 4517. If they do that and then start immediately down, and they break through 4447, then we come into the July lows at around 4410, which is the 1236. Okay, it's actually 4413 on the chart, but the July low, I believe, is 4410. So we come right down to that support. And then what you would look for in that bigger move is a bounce and then further down, and ultimately this move would target 4358. So the bulls really need to step in soon. If they break through 4447, it opens the door to 4410 and then lower from there. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, in the immediate term, we do have very similar counts to the ES, where this would be completing a wave 5 or possibly spike a little bit lower towards 15097 to 15060. We'd like to see that level, and then the ABC higher into the blue box. Okay, that is our primary count potential. NASDAQ doesn't have exactly the same move to the downside as the ES. What we would look at is the NASDAQ playing out as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they come back up into this wave 4 area or spike just above it, but don't quite get into this blue box, it does give us a pretty good looking leading diagonal on the NASDAQ, and then we'd look for a pretty strong rally off of that, because leading diagonals generally end with a strong reversal back into the blue box and then down from there. So if we don't see the ABC directly into the blue box and they hold below it and then push lower directly, it would look like a diagonal, a leading diagonal off of the low. If they do push up into the blue box, then it looks like we are still tracing out a bigger leading diagonal, where this was ABC for 1, then you get ABC for 2, ABC for 3 down, 4 up, and then 5 down. So Just kind of depends on how big the bounce is. If they get one on NASDAQ, of course, they can push lower to 15,060 to 15,014. If they do break through that, it does open the door to a bigger potential of a move down to the 14,866 level. So NASDAQ's getting a little bit sloppy down here, which is pretty common in a diagonal or corrective structure, which we think the NASDAQ is in. We just need more information before we can confirm which one of those it is. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible rooms, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners course that I talked about earlier in the video. It's 25 videos where I go over the introduction, which is mindset, Elliott Wave Theory expectations, why it works, how to use it properly, and how to understand it before you even get started with it. I go through the chart setup and tools, every tool that you need to use with Elliott Wave in order to understand it and understand how to confirm where we're hitting our targets. And then the final part is our Elliott Wave for Beginners area where we go through each wave, how it works, what the targets are, what the failure points are, so that you can finally understand the market instead of trying to decipher the news cycles where CPI comes in good and the market goes down. The cool thing about the course is it is included in both of these rooms. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price, and he gets you big multiples on your money. It's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial so that you can get in there and see how it works. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, key takeaways for today. The ES is teetering on a major support area. If they push down below this 44.57 area, then 44.10 comes into play pretty quickly. If they're able to hold down here, we would look for a minimum bounce to 45.17, but overall a bigger bounce toward the 45.60 to 4600 area. NASDAQ still sitting here on this support area. If they break it down below 15.049, that does open the door for much lower. They can push down as low as 15.067 to 15.060, 15.097 to 15.060, and then we would look for a bigger bounce up into the blue box here. However, if they give us one more small bounce and then start down, I could see this as a leading diagonal off of the top. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink. Enjoy your family. Get out of the house. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you next week.